It's time now for the Peter Channel News Evening Report, 5 o'clock, Monday, September 8, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. That is what's happening at 5. And our top story at 5 is Baltimore Ravens sack Ray Rice after video emerges of an elevator punch. Our British author and amateur sleuth says he's unmasked Jack the Ripper, the persuade on him, a serial killer who has allegedly murdered at least 5 prostitutes in London more than 125 years ago. Preston Sheldon's mother said he seemed fine when she took him to preschool on Tuesday. Minutes later, according to News Channel 4, in Washington, D.C., the Kansas City mom got the call that a 3-year-old was having trouble breathing as a virus hospitalized hundreds of kids in the Midwest and South. In Geneva and Freetown, Liberia, the country worst hit by the West Africa's Ebola epidemic, should see thousands of new cases in the coming weeks as the virus spreads exponentially, the World Health Organization said on Monday. Truett Cafe, who began a billionaire as the founder of a Chick-fil-A, incorporated the closed-to-sell fast food franchise known for its Eat More Chicken slogan and for staying closed on Sunday. To reflect its Mr. Caffey's Southern Baptist faith, died September 7th. Kei Nishikori's journey to the U.S. Open final began a decade ago when he was spotted by a teen at a tryout in Japan and invited to move to Florida to attend a tennis academy. In London, Prince George is not going to be an only child for long. The toddler will soon have a baby sister or brother to share his fancy digs at Kensington Palace with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Sterling shares and bonds fall on banks brace for Scotland vote, and Britain scrambles to offer more powers to Scott. Union's campaign criticized as negative placement. New Iraqi Premier Haider al-Abadi speaks during a press conference ahead of a formation of the new government in the capital Baghdad on August 25th, 2014. The Secretary General of the Arab League has appealed to Arab countries to find the political will to confront Islamic State insurgents and other militant groups, describing them as an essential threat. Hawaii, Idaho, Nevada gay marriage laws in court. There, in New Orleans, former New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin reported to federal prison on Monday to begin serving a 10-year sentence for corruption committed during the years when he said he was struggling to recover from the devastation brought by Hurricane Katrina. Prosecutors formally charged an Indiana couple on Monday with kidnapping a woman and locked her in a small wooden cage meant for a dog and making her a sex slave for 2 months. Governor Christie said Monday that the closing of multiple casinos in Atlantic City was part of the national evolution of what was to happen in the struggling resort town. In New York, the Dow and S&P 500 ended low on Monday after a drop in energy shares, while the Nasdaq edged higher with Yahoo. I'll have the stock reports in a couple of minutes. Here, the acquisition of GE's appliance business by Swedish-based Electrolux AB represents the end of the era for the storied all-American brand, based in Louisville, Kentucky. Low volatility across financial markets may signal investors are underestimating how quickly the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates, according to researchers at the San Francisco Fed. In August, Hertz Global Holdings disclosed the latest in a slew of problems that had hit the car rental company this year, withdrawing its financial guidance for 2014 due to operational problems. No time to read the thousands of reports and rumors circulating about Apple's event, the iPhone 6. What I watch on other news. Here are 5 key things to watch on Tuesday. The Amazon Fire Phone isn't a bad phone. It's not worth $200, but how about it? It only costs you $1. Amazon's first foray into the smartphone market launched a little over a month ago. It's official. James Corden is the new host of the Late Late Show. Corden will replace Craig Ferguson on the program in 2015, as I can't describe how thrilled and honored I am being taken over from the brilliant Craig Ferguson and Tony BAFTA winner said, as the CBS will be revamping its late night lineup as Stephen Colbert would take over for the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, a spot held by David Letterman since 1993. 15 contestants are charged with building a new world on Fox reality show Utopia. A crisp clear moon after the midnight over the San Fernando Valley on August 10, 2014, the night before the second supermoon in the summer, as look-up harvest moon and the last supermoon of the summer rises on Monday night. And Penn State researchers have discovered a new technique for producing single-layer graphene that could lead to an industrial-scale graphene production. Biological is a subset of severe asthma. A Miami hospital patient showing symptoms of Ebola was tested for the deadly virus last week, but the results were negative, as Miami-Dade health officials said on Monday. Chief of Police Douglas Huckleberry and medication were anonymously deposited in a med-return box in police headquarters in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Although the overall rate of cancer in American children and teens remained stable during the last rate of a decade, rates of thyroid cancer and kidney cancer seem to be on the rise, a new study says. look at our closing stock market report on this Monday evening from CNBC. In the U.S., Dow Jones 11.42, down 25.94. S&P 500 2001.54, down 617. Nasdaq 4592.29, up 939. European markets here. DAX 9758.03, up 1101. FTSE 6834.77, down 20.33. CAC 40 4474.93, down 1156. Asian markets here. Nikkei 15705.11, up 3643, up 2326.43 for Shanghai, up 1957 here. HSI 190.45, down 49.70. Oil markets here, 93.18, down 11 cents. Brent 100.30, down 52 cents. And natural gas 3.893, up 10 cents here. In the gold markets here, gold 1255.70, down 1160. Silver 19.35, down 0.121 thousandths of a point. Copper 3.184, up 145 thousandths of a point. And in the bonds, US 10-year yield 2.4712, up 11 thousandths of a point. Germany 10-year yield 0.966%, up 23 thousandths of a point. Germany's 10-year yield 0.53%, down 2 thousandths of a point. In FX bonds here, European dollar 1.2893, down 3 thousandths of a point. US dollar Japanese yen 106.03, up 100 of a point. And Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6102, down 2 thousandths of a point here. Take a look at local news here. Witnesses told Boston police a stranger approached a group of children who were playing in the South End and incidentally assaulted a girl as they were investigating the incident for Boston police. About the incident here. The Worcester doctor, Wiggins, who became infected with Ebola while working in the library, has been able to eat and is listening to music in his hospital room in Omaha, Nebraska. Hong Kong developer's family gives Harvard Public Health School $350 million at the largest single donation in its history. Candidates in the Massachusetts primary races for governor and another contest made their final appeals to the registered voters around the state, and a Suffolk University poll finds Martha Coakley leading the Democratic primary 2 Bell River towns over Don Berwick and Steve Grossman, as Coakley leads Grossman 40% to 20% in Hull and 42% to 35% in Randolph. Last month, Bankrate conducted a survey on financial security as 36% of those surveyed had not begun to save on retirement. One of the 2 women struck by lightning over the weekend in Ipswich just passed away. Margaret Tomani, 600 North Grosvenor, Connecticut, died as a result of injuries she suffered in the lightning strike. Acting Police Chief Trevor Hubbard said in a statement as they were struck by lightning at Crane Beach late Saturday afternoon. They were both rushed to the Massachusetts General Hospital. 69-year-old Concord woman remains in critical condition, according to Hubbard. A woman has pleaded guilty in the 2010 murder of a pizza delivery man in Hyde Park as one of the people charged with the brutal murder of the person 4 years ago at Hyde Park. The most important decision of Boston travel and tourism in the next decade was made this week as Greater Boston Rails and Ice and Casinos. Take a look at incident alerts here on this Monday evening there. Hartford, Connecticut, fire of 3 floors were drilled at 197 Bond Street. Defensive OPS AT&T. Northampton, Massachusetts, more vehicle crash on 90 Main Street, IFO, CVS Pharmacy, 2 vehicle crash, vehicles blocked on the roadway, traffic is backing up. Williamsburg, Massachusetts. Williamsburg police looking for a white Subaru that reportedly almost ran down a child while passing a stopped school bus last seen on Sugar Hill Road traveling northbound towards Damon Pond Road. Take a look at sports highlights here. Take a look at sports news here. Joey Galloway and Penn State's postseason ban in college football is over. Santa Clara, the 49ers have granted a request by tailback Michael James for his release. Coach Jim Harbaugh confirmed for his weekly news conference on Monday. Atlanta Hawks majority owner Bruce Levinson sent an announcement they would sell his stake in the team because an internal email sent into the Israel media and seems swift and swift, but actually stemmed from a 3-month process. Peter Cello News on followed on. Time now for a little travel report on this Monday evening here. South 56 pressing on the southbound side, slow from the pipe down to the split here. On the southbound side, 128 South 93 North, little slow from Randolph down for the split due to an accident on 120 on the southbound side between Route 28 and Route 37 in Randolph and Braintree here. That's backed up here. 120 on the northbound side, a little slow from Route 2 in Lexington all the way down to 93 in Reading there and 93 northbound. And accident as you push 120 Reading there, trust subject time in that area here. 93 southbound slow around the Zachem Bridge, 93 northbound also from Semi Square in Somerville to 120 in Reading here. Route 3 also from 62 in Burlington and up into Chelmsford here. 93 northbound also from Andover all the way up into Lawrence here. 495 southbound also from Twain and Lawrence all the way down to Tewksbury here. 495 southbound also from Route 16 in Milford due to an accident. 495 northbound near King Street exit in Franklin. Here's to try some extra as 495 is backed up from Franklin all the way down around the Franklin stretch to the northbound side. Southbound side is backed up from near Route 140 in Franklin and all the way up to Milford here. 95 and 24 mile fine from 128 to the Rhode border. Route 3 is mile fine from the split all the way down to Sagamore. Route 6 is mile fine from Sagamore down to Orleans. 28 mile fine from Buzzards Bay to Falmouth. 495 otherwise mile fine from Marlborough all the way out to Wareham here. And 95 northbound Rhode Island, a little slow around downtown Providence. And doing an accident on 95 on the 95 on the southbound side, an accident around the 610 connector here, and 195 westbound also from East Providence down to 95 in Providence. 146 south northbound also from 295 in Lincoln to North Smithfield due to an incident on the on-ramp from 146 to Route 99 in Cumberland there. Peter Channel News Time 5:11. Time now for a little weather report on this Monday at Route 24, a little slow around 495 in Raynham. Okay, let's take a look at our traffic report here. Nope, let's take a look at the weather. Right now, current conditions at 5 o'clock on this Monday, September 8, 2014. Temperature 69 degrees with fair skies here in Naughton with a humidity of 49%. Wind speed northeast about 6 miles per hour, 3.36 inches. 2.49 degrees and a visibility of 10 miles. And some clouds will begin to roll in here. Let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. It is 68 degrees at temperature right now in Boston, 66 out in Boston Harbor, 69 in Bedford, 70 in Beverly, 73 in Gloucester, 68 in Haverhill, 69 in Worcester, 74 in Sturbridge and Webster, 78 in Milford, 72 in Norwood, 73 in Taunton, 71 in Bedford, 70 in Plymouth, 70 out in Provincetown, 70 in Falmouth, 69 in Chatham, 69 in Martha's Vineyard, 65 in Nantucket and Cape Cod Bay. It's 68 in Block Island, 70 in Westerly, 72 in Smithfield, 78 in Montauk, 72 in Islip, 73 in New York City, 71 out of Block Island, 72 in Bridgeport, 72 in New Haven, a pair of 70s in Danbury and Waterbury, 71 in Meriden, 74 in Hartford, 75 in Winslow, 73 in Springfield, 64. Now 74 degrees in Amherst, 73 in Greenfield and Orange, 72 in North Island, Massachusetts, 70 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 77 in Albany, New York, 74 in Bennington, Vermont, 69 in Brattleboro, Vermont, 73 in Keene, Hampshire, 71 in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, 72 in Concord, New Hampshire, 69 in Manchester, New Hampshire, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 73 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 65 up in Portland, Maine here. Take a look at current conditions around the region here. Now around the country here shows a station from the Gulf states stretching out the Carolina coast and out to sea. A cold front from the western tip of Washington stretching out the Pacific coastline here. Another cold front from British Columbia stretching on up in the northern Montana, up in the North Dakota and up in the Manitoba with a station front up in the northern Ontario and a warm front from the James Bay and Ontario down to the northern Quebec here. Followed by from southern Ohio down for eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. Followed by from western Wisconsin down for Iowa. Followed by from central South Dakota down for Nebraska down for western Kansas. And a one followed by from eastern Washington down for Oregon. Followed by from Idaho down for eastern Nevada. And a followed by from southeast Nevada down for Arizona. And a followed by from off the Oregon coastline down for California. And a followed by from western Mexico here. High pressure in eastern Idaho, central Colorado, and northeastern Arkansas, and low pressure in Carolinas. High pressure in Maine, and then up in the northern Quebec here, and low pressure in central South Dakota, and central Idaho, and southeastern California, and up in the western Washington state. 74 degrees at temperature right now in Pittsburgh. It's 76 in Washington, D.C., 80 in Atlanta, 88 in Miami, pair of 92s in Dallas and Brownsville, Texas. It's 83 in Kansas City, 76 in Chicago, 75 in Detroit, 75 in Minneapolis. It's 82 in Omaha, Nebraska, 86 in Salt Lake City, 85 in Denver, 78 down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 81 in Phoenix, 84 in Los Angeles and in Las Vegas, 67 out in San Francisco, 62 in Seattle, 78 in Great Falls, Montana. If you want some cool temperatures, look at Edmonton on Alberta, Canada, 36 degrees, and Winnipeg at 59 degrees. Let's take a look at our radar situation around the country. Take a look at our radar scope. Shows a deluge of rain from the United States and then for Florida, and then stretching down to the Gulf States, down to Texas, and the spotty showers and storms. Lots of deluge of rain from eastern California down for the Nevada, down for the Four Quarter region, and up to Wyoming, as this is a part of the remnants of northern air, and rain showers from southeastern British coming down for Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and the western Ontario, and some snowflakes in southwestern portions of Alberta, and up in the east central portions of British Columbia air. And a lot of rain showers from western UP, Michigan, down for western Wisconsin. A lot of rain showers down for Iowa with a few storms in the mix here. Take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds covering from southern New England down for Florida and down to the Gulf States. A lot of spotty clouds covering much of the Four Quarter region and up to Nevada, down for eastern California, up to Idaho, Wyoming, and a lot of clouds from Washington State down for northern Idaho, down for northern Montana, and then up to the British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, up in Ontario, down up in James Bay. And a lot of clouds from Wisconsin down for Iowa air. Okay, let's take a look. On a forecast discussion around. Take a look. What is going on in the tropics here? There's one disturbance here in the Atlantic. We'll take a look at it here. A broad area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south-southeast of the Cape Verde Islands has produced a large area of cloudiness and disorganized thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for the gradual development of this disturbance during the next several days while it moves west-northwest with about 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, medium about 30%. Formation chance for 5 days, high 60% there. And let's take a look at the Eastern Pacific tropical situation here. And one disturbance on one near is an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south of Acapulco, Mexico has become better defined. Today's environmental conditions likely expected to be conducive for the development, and this system likely to become a tropical depression during the next few days while it moves slowly northeast westward. Formation chance for 4 hours, medium about 30%, and formation chance for 5 days, high 80% here. And let's take a look at forecast discussion around the country here. As of 4 o'clock here, there'll be a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over parts of the middle lower Mississippi Valley, and heavy rain possible from the parts of the upper Great Lakes to the middle Mississippi Valley. Heavy rain possible from parts of the middle and southeast coast, as well as over the parts of the central Rockies. Temperatures will be 10 to 20 degrees below average over the parts of the northern High Plains, northern Rockies. A front extended from the upper Mississippi Valley to the northern Rockies will move southward to the central plains and then eastward to the upper Great Lakes. And just a wave of low pressure along the boundary will deepen significantly as the low moves from the northern plains to the eastern Iowa by Wednesday morning. And cold air beyond the front will aid the development of snow over parts of the northern Rockies and northern High Plains from early Tuesday morning Wednesday. In addition, upslope flow associated with a high pressure over western Canada and will aid in the snow and rain over the parts of the northern High Plains and northern Rockies and expand into the northern plains by Tuesday night and Wednesday. Moisture air, a rich one from the Gulf of Mexico, will move northward over the plains in the middle Mississippi Valley by Wednesday. The moisture and the development low over the northern plains will aid in producing showers and storms with moderate rain over parts of the middle and the Mississippi Valley by Tuesday, even expanding into parts of the Great Lakes by Wednesday morning. Upper level energy over the parts of the central plains will move to the Ohio Valley by Tuesday evening, and energy will trigger showers and thunderstorms over parts of the middle Mississippi Valley by Monday into Tuesday afternoon. Furthermore, monsoon moisture will also aid in producing showers and thunderstorms over parts of the southwest and southern California and parts of the Great Basin and the central and southern Rockies that will slowly wane to the small part of the southwest central Rockies by Wednesday. Meanwhile, low pressure moving above and along a stationary front along the southeast coast will produce showers and thunderstorms with moderate rain over parts of the southeast Midland coast by Tuesday evening. Then showers and thunderstorms will also be developed over parts of the central eastern Gulf Coast, waning into Florida by Wednesday here. Okay, forecast discussion around the country here. It goes like this here. And now around the region here. High pressure over northern New England will bring fair weather to southern New England by Wednesday. A weak storm past the well offshore could bring a few showers to the islands. Tuesday night, a cold front will swing across the region late Thursday or early Friday, with then salt just offshore as disturbance move along. This front Saturday may come close enough to result in showers, and high pressure returns with dry and cool weather for Sunday and Monday. Near term until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, at 8 p.m. High pressure centered over northern New England, but providing fair weather and east and northeast winds off Massachusetts Bay. Winds may be gusting along the east coast, especially Cape Cod Islands. This fall is providing sufficient low-level moisture to support cumulus development by the daytime sunshine. Expect those Clouds to diminish toward evening. Mixing is expected at least 900 millibars and possibly 850 millibars. A former would support maximum temperatures of low to mid 70s and the latter in the mid upper 70s, and close winds will be along the Mass East Coast where the wind will be coming off the 65 to 70 degree water. Tonight, observations show some surface level moisture with the thickest concentration in the south. Should be a fair night with light winds away from the coast and light east northeast winds at the coast, and light wind in the fair skies will maybe allow some fog. And interior dew points 45 to 55 should allow minimum temperatures from 48 to 60 with a few cold spots in the mid 40s here. And take a look at a little weather notes here. Comfy dew points today in the northeast. Tonight's low will be 46 to 58 degrees. Tomorrow's high 68 to 75, and Wednesday 67 to 75 degrees. And it'll be a super moon, be a third of the road. Rise about 6:44 p.m. and set about 6:54 a.m. Sunset 7:06 p.m. and air quality today 25 will be good. Algae alert predominant ragweed, sage and nettle. UV index 6 out of 12 for today, and only buggy day will be on Thursday, but otherwise we got a beautiful week in store here. It's our tonight's low for tonight will be 48 to 62 degrees on the map right here. As it's gonna be in the 40s for much of northern New England and up to upstate New York. In the upper 50s to low 60s from much of eastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and eastern Connecticut, and around the 50s western central Massachusetts up in the northern Connecticut, down to south central tier of New York State here. And pockets of very minor coastal flood next several high tides, especially high tides throughout Wednesday. Gravitational pull from sun and moon working together to produce higher than normal high tides and onshore easterly flow added another quarter foot of water level along the eastern Massachusetts coast here. As we take a look at our view from the outside here, as it shows clouds and sun mixing in. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, we are going to see some patchy fog after 5 a.m. wise. Pot clouds got low 53 degrees and northeast wind about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Tuesday, patchy fog before 8 a.m. wise. Most of the sun's got under 34 degrees east wind about 5 to 9 miles per hour. Tuesday night, patchy fog after 3 a.m. wise. Most of the clouds got low 57 degrees, northeast wind about 6 miles per hour. Wednesday, slight chance of showers between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Patchy fog before 8 a.m. wise. Pot sun's got under 71 degrees and northeast wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Precipitation 20%. Wednesday night, most of the clouds got low 58 degrees east wind about 6 miles per hour. Thursday, slight chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 2 p.m. Most of the clouds got high near 77 degrees. Precipitation 20%. Thursday night, chance of showers. Most of the clouds got high low near 62 degrees and precipitation 40%. Friday, chance of showers. Hot sun's got near 67 degrees and precipitation 30%. Friday night, chance of showers. Most of the clouds got low 55 degrees. Precipitation 30%. And Saturday, chance of showers. Most of the clouds got high near 69 degrees. Precipitation 40%. Saturday night, forecast got low 51 degrees. Sunday, sun skies high up 69, low about 49 degrees. And for Monday, sun sky high near 68 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the evening. A pleasant evening in store. Peter J. was a good evening with a good positive attitude. I'll see you at 11 or after Sportsman. Have a good evening. I'll see you at 11. Have a good evening with a good positive attitude. Here.